All right. Hi, welcome. I am so excited to be here with, of course, the one and only Amy. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to her and kind of just let her kick things off.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is ready to go to Alaska this summer aboard the Azamara Pursuit. I'm excited for you guys. It's going to be a great combination of having family together and seeing one of the most beautiful places on the planet. So I'm very excited for you all, and we're going to introduce you to the product, the cruise itself, and then if you have any questions, you're welcome to send those to me. Back to you,
Awesome. Love
Sarah.
that. Thank you, Amy. So I am Sarah Yates. I do work with Azamara Cruises. I'm one of their business development managers, and I work very closely with Amy and her entire team. And she has an amazing cruise set up for you all, as you know. So just to give you a quick overview of why Azamara, what really makes us so special and different compared to really any other brand out there, because there's a lot of fabulous brands of small ship cruising and entry-level luxury products out there. So what we do really, really well is we are known to stay the longest in port. Period. We are global. We go all over the world, including Antarctica, but we do the most overnights, double overnight stays. We're leaving at 10, 11 o'clock at night for our late night departures. You are going to be exploring these ports and destinations more and longer than you're even going to be on our ship. And that's okay because we want you to slow everything down, really be unrushed in these destinations so that you can soak in everything around you. And Amy, I know that you actually cruised on us yourself quite a few times. So how was your unrushed experience with us?
Yeah, so we have enjoyed Asmara so much. My husband personally and I have already scheduled our third cruise with them. And we do like the overnights, the longer you don't feel rushed in destination, whether you do an excursion or not. We like that everything's included. There's no nickel and diming you around drinks, and gratuities are even included, and the service is spectacular. We felt very personal about all of our wait staff by the end of the cruise because they were so good. And then we were going to talk about the As Amazing Evening, which is something only Asmara does. So definitely worth the price tag because there are so many different things that are included on this cruise.
Love that. And thank you for sailing on us already. So just trying to show you a little example about the late nights and overnights. And cool thing about this little slide here is that these are all real photos. They're not AI. It's not Photoshop. These are places where we actually dock because even though we're a ship, we're small. We only have 350 rooms on board. So we're small enough to navigate and go down a ton of rivers, and we dock at city centers. I mean, look where we're at in Marseille. We are right there downtown in Sicily. I mean, you're walking off the ship into the heart of these destinations. So to show you all of these amazing other brands on here are some of our other small ship cruising companies. But this shows you the percent of time that Azamara truly does stay in port. And we take the number one lead still to this day after 17 years. We still take the ownership of staying the absolute longest in port. So we're very, very excited about that. Now, as Amy was mentioning earlier, we do offer a huge value inclusion for you of $4,500. We have beers and wines and cocktails and coffees all day long, and that's huge, not just during cocktail hour or your dinner hour. It is all day long that you are going to be able to have whatever drink of your choice, which is huge.
Yes.
On top of that, we are a small ship, yes, as I mentioned, but there's 5 different areas for you to dine in. Plus, we have a 24-hour room service menu, complimentary. And on that room service menu, it actually has 3 different times of meals that you can order off of. So your morning menu is different from your afternoon menu, and then we have a late night midnight menu as well, so you're always being able to order different items off of that. And then the As Amazing Evening, I'm going to have Amy share about her experience in just a few moments. But Amy, I'd like to have you touch on the self-service laundry because we're going to be in Alaska. So what's your tip for that?
Yeah, so we've used the laundry Twice. The great thing about it is there's no charge for the laundry. Detergent is provided, which I thought was a nice perk. And you're going to be wearing a lot of layers, especially in Alaska, so you don't overpack. You can actually do a load of laundry mid-cruise if you need to do that. So, and those are located on several decks, and they're absolutely free and provided for you. So.
Yeah, and it's so convenient too. Pack less, and it's nice because then you can buy more when you're actually cruising. So it's fantastic. And then, in my opinion, most importantly, tips and gratuities. So you really don't have to worry about leaving the ship, having to tip anyone on there. It's all included for you. So it's a really relaxed feeling that we have on board our ships. Now, the As Amazing Evening, we include this on every single cruise. And just to give you a little example of what we have done, when you sail through Spain, for example, we take you to a flamenco show, or even if you're over in Africa, we do guided tours with elephants and giraffes, and you will have an exclusive one. I'm not going to tell you just yet, but you will have an exclusive one for your As Amazing Evening in Ketchikan. But Amy, what was your experience for your As Amazing Evenings with us?
Yeah, we did. I've done two cruises with them so far, and the first one we actually went on shore in Dubrovnik. We went to the old fort and we saw a cultural presentation including song, music, dance. And then in Greece last year, we actually had the dancers come on board and we did a cultural evening on board, and it was mostly Greek dancing. So both were very, very good. And again, there was no charge for those.
Love it. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Another event that you all will be experiencing is a white night. So every cruise, the entire open deck, we deck it out with, I mean, all of our white furniture, white tablecloths. There's so much food that you can't even wrap your mind around it. That's like one side of the ship. And then the other side of the ship has an entire dessert station. The cast comes out, the crew is all there, and it's a huge celebration for a few hours on our open deck. So make sure you bring some warm white clothes, some little vests out there, some earmuffs, because it will be cold while in Alaska, but so beautiful. And then our ships. We have four ships. They are all the same ship, which is very, very nice when you're sailing with us, because when you sail with us, even for your future sailings, you're not really booking us based off of the ship. You're booking us based off the destination and where we're at. That's what makes it so unique for Azamara. But we are actually starting to redo all of our ships. We are gutting them out completely, starting with the Quest. She's going to go into dry dock this year in October, and she's going to be ready by December, which is crazy. But every other ship will follow her after that. So we're super excited for the enhancements coming our way to all of our baby ships out there. And then you all have your rooms already. So this kind of shows you verandas and ocean views. They're very comfy. They're warm and neutral palettes. You kind of feel like you're right at home. And then again, for future bookings, we do have all the different category suites. We have spa suites on board. We have owner suites and ocean view suites. So there is something for everyone out there, and all the rooms are spectacular. Whether you are in an ocean view, veranda, even an inside room, the inside rooms are very spacious as well. So we have every category out there for you. Now the voyage highlight. This is what I'm so excited about. So I'm going to pass this over to Amy so she can tell you a little bit about what you're going to expect on this amazing Alaska cruise.
So I think one of the reasons you all chose this cruise going to Alaska because of the itinerary. And if you notice, you're leaving out of Vancouver. Make sure, by the way, that everybody has passports because of that. I think I've talked to several folks already to ensure that is the case. But, usually in an Alaskan cruise, you have to choose from a couple of different itineraries. So you either get to go to Sitka or you get to go to Juneau, or you choose. And in this case, you're not having to do that. You're going to really some of the best stops in Alaska. And you're actually going to a couple of stops that none of the other cruises visit. So you won't have to worry about in some of these ports there being 7 other cruise ships there while you're there. So that's going to be kind of nice. And look at the arrival and departure times, so you get plenty of time in each of these destinations. I know some of you have asked me about hiking. So you're going to have time to do some of those things that maybe in other lines you wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah, I agree. Our destination, so just to give you a little bit of history, last time we were in Alaska was back in 2019. So we haven't gone for several years, and we are going back and we pulled out all the stops. We made sure we went by every single brand to see what their port times were, where were they docking at, and we wanted to ensure that we were still remaining the leader in spending the longest time in the Alaska ports and not just visiting the iconic destinations but the smaller ones. Valdez, the views in Valdez, gorgeous. We're also, our cruises are going to Haines and Clawwalk as well. And they're known for like having the biggest totem poles in Alaska. So you're going to see really, really cool things in these cruises. And then for your As Amazing evening, we have set up an exclusive lumberjack showing for you all. Now, if you are familiar with it, you know what an amazing time it is. We're taking it to the next level. We've elevated it. You're going to have not only a really, really cool show, but you're also going to be tasting local beers and local wines and little food that they put together for you. So it's going to be such a fun time. So make sure that you carve out time in Ketchikan to do this with us. It's complimentary. You're not paying for this. This is included with your voyage. So I am so excited that you're going to be experiencing that. And then just going back to the beers and the wines, a really cool thing that we're doing as well is we're bringing the Alaska flavors on board our ship. So we're sourcing all of our food locally, and our dinner dishes are going to be Alaska inspired. We have brand new wine from Alaska that we're curating with the dishes that you're going to be eating on board the ship. So we really want to immerse you on board as well. So very, very excited for all of that for you. Now, for cruising again with us, you being on board our ship gets really, really nice perks and benefits. So you see the discounts there, the percent that you're going to be getting off your cruise, and that's combinable with whatever offer that we currently have running as a company. And the cool thing about this is you can get up to $300 on board credit as well when you book on board. Plus, the best thing in my opinion is, let's say you are on board and you book an Italy cruise for 2027, and then you get off the ship and a month later you call Amy and you're like, Amy, I actually changed my mind. I don't want to do Italy. I want to go ahead and do Greece instead. Can I do a change? 100%. You can do a one-time change. We waive penalties. You keep your onboard perks as well. All those onboard credits and the discounts, all of that transfers to your new booking. And that's all because you booked on board. And of course, it gets connected back to Amy as well because she put this all together for you. So that's the benefits of booking on board. Amy, did you want to share anything else about that?
Yeah, I just personally, we've done it both times. We've been on board, and this is one of the few cruise lines I do that with because you do, I like the 50% deposit too, because as you know, usually the deposit's $1,100, and so it was only $550. So that's kind of another advantage to booking on board, along with all the onboard credit as well. So.
Good point. I actually forgot about that. So very good point. Well, that does conclude this presentation that Amy and I did. Amy, thank you so much again for allowing your guests to experience Azamara, and just thank you for allowing me to do this with you.
Right. Thank you.